Welcome into New Orleans Saints now. I am Tom Downey here with some news around the Saints, and it involves a fairly massive change that appears set to go down for New Orleans when they take on the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. It's a new quarterback. Well, new-ish, I should say. Taysom Hill is in line to become the new starter for the Saints at the position over previous starter Trevor Siemian. Hill, reportedly, per NFL Network, has been getting the starting reps at the quarterback position this week in practice. Now, Hill this year has dealt with a fairly severe concussion and a foot injury as well. But the Saints, losers of 4 straight games, trying to get back on track and keep those playoff hopes alive as they host the Dallas Cowboys in Week 13. Taysom Hill is by no means a franchise quarterback, by no means a fantastic passer, although that's pretty true of Trevor Siemian as well. And Ian Book, I don't think at this point, is ready to go as the team's starting quarterback. So Taysom Hill, who has not thrown that many passes this year, quite a step down from his role last year as the, I'll call it interim starter when Drew Brees went down. With Jameis Winston now on IR for the rest of the year, Trevor Siemian, as we'll get into more in depth, not playing particularly well, it is Taysom Hill's turn to take over and try and right the ship for New Orleans as they get ready to take on the Dallas Cowboys. So assuming Hill, stays healthy and does take over as the starter, what is your one-word reaction to Hill getting that starting job and taking it kind of back over? Remember, he was a contender along with Jameis Winston to begin the year, although it was always going to be Winston's job. This is the pinned comment on today's video, so head down to the comment section and let me know what your one-word reaction is to Hill taking over as the Saints' starting quarterback. My one word is fairly straightforward. I believe this is necessary. Those of you who have watched Chat Sports for a long time know how I feel about Taysom Hill. I don't think he's that great of a quarterback. I think he's pretty bland overall. But the things he does well, are being able to play running back, receiver, tight end, H-back, special teams gunner. All those things have value. Pure passer, not so much. But you got to try something if you are New Orleans, because Trevor Siemian also is not it. And that should really come as a surprise to nobody as far as I'm concerned. Trevor Siemian was not playing good football. And he wasn't playing disastrous football either, but with a team that is very limited in its weapons on offense from a receiving perspective, they had to get more out of Trevor Siemian. Now, they were not getting enough from that perspective overall as it relates to their quarterback. Now they make the move over to Taysom Hill, who, as we know, is a very dynamic rusher in terms of his passing ability. His rushing stats here, 171 career carries, 913 yards, an average of 5.3. 14 touchdowns, by the way. He is a very dynamic and deadly runner. And I think that run ability is a factor here. Taysom Hill has started at quarterback before. He's been able to make those big plays in the past. And the one thing I know about Sean Payton, who, as we all know, loves Taysom Hill, he can design the offense around Taysom Hill. And that ability is going to be utilized as they move forward. That rushing ability is a big deal. They have to find a way to get the ground game going a little bit more. And Hill brings the dual threat ability that Trevor Siemian does not. I expect the Saints with Hill at the helm to run the football a ton. Utilize those read options with Taysom Hill and Alvin Kamar, who we'll get to more in depth here. As a passer, though, Hill unquestionably is limited. His numbers don't look that bad, but the completion percentage is very much fool's gold here. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, a little over 1,000 passing yards. He cannot throw deep. Taysom Hill does not have the arm. We all remember the vertical attempt against the Falcons that was underthrown by a good 15 yards. It was completed. It was such a bad throw that it ended up being completed because the Falcons defense couldn't handle the arm punt there. Hill is not a good pure passer. That is what he is, as he's now on the wrong side of 30. But make no mistake, I would still start Taysom Hill over Trevor Siemian. I don't think Simeon's good enough. And Hill as a runner, which I do think has value in the NFL, especially when you're already down to your backup quarterback, I think that makes sense for New Orleans. So it is a necessary move by the Saints. I wonder, though, how long they could stick with Taysom Hill. Because what if you enter this situation? What if you're eliminated from the playoffs, knock on wood, by Week 16? Do you make the move to Ian Book at that point, the 4th-round rookie out of Notre Dame? Curious to see how they approach it. So let's say for Week 13, so we'll keep Book as an option early on, I guess. Who would you start? Type B for Ian Book, type H for Taysom Hill, or type in S for Trevor Siemian. If you guys want Saints news and rumors, previews, updates, all that good stuff, you have come to the right spot. I know we kind of slacked on the videos due to Thanksgiving. My apologies, but we're still bringing it back in a heavy for you guys here on New Orleans Saints Now. Free videos all year long, and you know it in the off season as well. So if you haven't already, hit that big red button and subscribe today. Very important note, I think, for the Saints offense right now, and this is not a great situation. Taysom Hill will need help from the offense. He cannot do it by himself. That's not what he's being paid to do, really, either. And the Saints receiving core right now is, it's not great. Marquez Callaway, Traquan Smith have occasionally shown those flashes that make it appealing. Deontay Harris, he's a special teams, dynamic player, but I don't know if that's the true role of his as like a big-time option, more of a wide receiver 4 or 5. Kenny Stills, Kevin White, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel there. I do not expect, though, the Saints to run a pass-heavy offense against the Cowboys. My suspicion is that the Saints will try to run the football, and helping that out in a substantial way is Alvin Kamara, who appears set to return, or at least has a real chance to return, against the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. He has missed the past 3 games with an MCL strain, but he was back at practice in a limited fashion, to be fair, this week. The Saints offense, man, do they really miss him. Has he been a great runner? No, not really, but as a pass-catching option out of the backfield, he's been among the best in the NFL this year. I don't think you'll see Taysom Hill air it out deep downfield, but I think Alvin Kamar, if he's healthy and able to play, is going to get a massive workload this week against the Cowboys. So with the Saints facing I would almost call it do-or-die game against the Cowboys, predict the score for me of this one. Head down to the comments section. Remember which team you've got winning and get those score predictions in there.